All right. Check, check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll be doing a test here shortly. Yours truly. Going to be doing a little live streaming. All right, what do we got here? It says excellent. All right. Welcome back to Reelcast Fishing. Your host, Glenn with the City of Allen Fishing Field Team. We're hosted on the COAF Field Team YouTube channel. And I also have I think it's like Reelcast Fishing podcast.net. Yeah, that's our other website. I don't know. You can get it on YouTube. You can get it over there on our blog also. But bottom line, what I want to do today is just do a little Let's Talk Fishing episode. We haven't done one of these in a while. And just give you some updates because yours truly been having some various fun out and about. But unfortunately, I've been getting a little sidetracked with the day job. So hey, we got to fix that somehow. Anyways, I just want to give you some updates. One of a pond that I fished yesterday, a pond that I fished the day before, and then this most recent trip to Denison Dam where I did a little kayak fly fishing, and maybe some key takeaways that I want to call out there. And hopefully we'll get some good engagement tonight. It's a Friday. I understand that there may be some folks out there kind of chilling and grilling or maybe going out and about, but yours truly's stuck at home after a late day job work. At least I was remote today. Let's have a little Belgian IPA here. Very tasty. Anyhow, some of the things that I've been doing lately is really doing, be it some pond fly fishing, some ultralight bait casting, as well as hitting Denison Dam because I certainly like fishing for some striped bass. And most recently, I did a little adjustment with this Thai spicy catfish recipe, but I substituted the catfish for striped bass, and guess what? It was very tasty. I give that one a double thumbs up. All right. And what's nice about that is after you basically fry it like you'd normally do, a little flour and cornmeal, and season it with how you wish, and then you get one of those little Thai spicy red curry packets, and oh yeah, it's very good. Put on a bed of rice. I use cauliflower rice mainly because George Trudy's got to watch his calories as well as maintain the figure. Anyhow, let's see what to talk about. I'm gonna go over these two ponds that I fished recently. One with the intent was I was trying to see if I can catch some bass with the Denison Dam Limit Buster. I'm gonna have to do another video of that on how I fly tied it. Mainly because I made some adjustments, but I just ran out of some of that craft dubbing fur. So I'm hoping to get that up and running here. So stay tuned for that one. I do have some stuff I got to do this weekend, but I'm certainly going to stock up on some of that craft fur because it does give it the bulk that I'm looking for when it comes to these striped bass, or at least the Denison Dam Limit Buster. Okay, let's go right into some of the video that I got. Okay, this is the live stream I did yesterday, pond fly fishing and a pond over there in Frisco, Texas. Frisco Commons Pond is what it's called. They used to stock it with trout during the winter trout stocking season, but they since stopped doing that and moved it over to another location. I believe it's called Warren Sports Complex. It's a much bigger pond. I'd call it more like a little lake. So it's been a little bit tougher to limit out there compared to here. And then one thing that I do remember of Frisco Commons is around that time of year, February, March of each year, right around the 5 o'clock time frame, you had this massive hatch, and you would go with anything small, a dry fly, midge dry fly, black, sulfur, a little dun brown, some light brown or whatever. Just have that in your fly box, and as soon as they start hatching, see if you can grab one of those guys and match the size and the color, and you're gonna stock out in trout quickly. At least back then, but well, they don't have any trout over there now. So here I went to Frisco Commons, and I was trying the Denison Dam Limit Buster, struck out there, had a couple of hits, but I didn't land anything. So I switched over to the a Guadalupana. It's a variant of the larger size fly developed by Lefty Chavez. Yeah. Who fished the Guadalupe down south over there in New Braunfels, Texas for some narcisse, large trout, and Guadalupe bass. It's a larger fly, usually tied on a size 2, I think, hook, and made heavy. I kind of pared it down to a size 10, size 12, and targeted trout with it. And I used that for some of the trout that they were stocking over there in the Guadalupe. It's the southernmost trout fishery here in the U.S. About a 4-hour drive just south of Austin here. Anyhow, I put that on instead. And while I was out there, I brought my neck harness that holds my phone, and I didn't bring the wireless lav mic that I could give you a good view of what I'm doing. And so what I wanted to show was how I'm using the switch rod and how I am casting with it. Meaning I'm getting distance. And one of the key things, I hurt my shoulder one year, and well, I didn't want to not go fishing. And what happened is I hurt my shoulder where I couldn't lift it above I couldn't lift my elbow above my shoulder. It was really bad, but as long as I kept it tucked under, I could still fish with this fly rod. All right. So it's a switch rod, 11-foot Cabelas TLR. I think they already stopped making those. And then I've got the Echo Ion fly reel on it. And so let me just show you, demo what I was doing. Okay. All right, maybe tough to see here, but bottom line, what I'm doing is I got the, hello Daryl, howdy. I've got the butt end of that switch rod tucked under my shoulder, and I'm casting without lifting the butt or taking that butt of the fly rod out of my under my shoulder, and I'm just using my body to cast it, and I'm getting some really good distance. Got the Rio switch chucker on, and it's a fairly heavy shooting head, or Skagit head as they call it. I can cast two-handed with this particular rod, and let's see, I don't have them here. They're both in my pickup. Ready to go next time I hit a pond. Okay, but what's nice about this is you can see me casting in one direction, and then I'll even flip it over and take it to behind me. All right, so you can do like you're casting in front, you hear something behind you, go ahead and pop it behind you, and you can start fishing in that direction. All right, works really well also when I'm fishing, let's say, a river with a lot of trees and my back cast is clobbered. I can do some brutal roll cast, switch cast, and not worry about what's behind me. And just a moment there, you just saw how I just kind of flipped it back the other way. And I'm shooting out about easily 90 foot of line, if not 100, with this shooting head. It's a game changer when it comes to getting some distance out there. Howdy, Cornball. How's it going? Let's see. Someone talking crazy, so let's go ahead and knock him out. All right. Great thing about this moderation thing here, you can take out the stupidity. All right, cool. All right. That said, we're talking fishing here, and I'm telling you that if you ever hurt your shoulder, definitely give the switch rod a try. Additionally, what I definitely like is being able to not worry about my back cast as much. I've done some pretty awesome, I guess, game-changing moments where I've gotten to some locations here, be it in Texas, Oklahoma, where my back cast is clobbered. Just fly fishing traditionally would be very tough to get the fly where I need it, or they're just a little bit too far out. So I'm able to just kind of, take advantage of this particular setup here. So I think I'm going to be talking here in a moment. So I'll let it go ahead and roll. All right. I hope that gave you an idea of what I was meaning about how I can cast without having to lift my hand over the shoulder or whatnot. So, all right, and let me see if I can get back on here. All right. So hopefully that gave you an idea. All right, so let's see if we can catch one more before we call it. So far it's been slim pickings, but hey, we got a couple. We got some good casts. All right, I'll stop it here. We've got a question from Cornball. What do you think is the best brand of rod to buy? I don't know. I've got all kinds here, and I know some folks will drop a dime or two on some of those really expensive ones. I tend to go with what is on sale, and is it one that I've used before, or it's a brand that I've used that I have an idea. So from brand wise, I've got some of these older Cabelas before they merged with with the what was it, Bass Pro Shops. And then the other thing is, so it's the pre-merger rods. I like those. I've got a bunch of those. Cabelas, the TLR Switch Rod series, whole bunch of other rods in that manner. There's a bunch of Cabelas rods here. Redington I've used. I've got TFO. I've got one of those Amazon ones that you pick up. And then I got some old school reels and whatnot. But it's tough to give you a straight answer other than the ones that I use, the ones that I like. It all comes down to what am I actually targeting. So like in the case of a switch rod, the switch rod that I have here, the Cabelas TLR, when I got it on sale. Normally they were going for like $300-400 back then. Guess what Cabelas does at the end of the season, at least way back when, they'll drop their prices. So every switch rod I bought from Cabelas, even though they were initially $300-400, I got for well, back then I got them for like under $100. In one case I got one for $62 because it was a demo one and they were just getting rid of it, and it still works today. In fact, I think I'm using it in this video here. All right. So yeah, I do like Redington. I do like TFO. Those are ones that I lean towards. I've got some old school fiberglass ones back there that I've retired because I think one guy said that's an antique, and he saw me out there fishing, and then I went and got one of these bamboo fly rods back there that yeah, it's pretty fun to fish. I mean, all right, okay, let's go ahead and roll the tape. Casting practice in. Yeah, that's what it was. It was good casting practice. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Let's go and flip it back. And you could see how I changed direction. I was fishing one way, then I turned and cast it behind me. I had a couple of messes up where I definitely hooked the ground behind me.
Community is the way we find our
All right, we got to go through the commercial here.
It's the way dinner on the...
Okay, there we go.
And then I think oh, sorry. I think I was able to show you how I'm loading the rod by going forward then backwards. So forward and then backwards. And the forward movement is really just to take the slack out of the line, and also to kind of weight it, load the rod so it's ready for the cast. All right, so I think I showed you earlier, and I'll just show you again. I'm gonna take out all this line here, okay? And oh, I got a fish. A little bass, little bassalito. This is what's been poking away at me, even though there's some bigger ones out here. Got a little guy, little bassalito, right there. Yes, so you too can have an 11-foot rod
and catch something like this.
All right, let's let him back. All right, so I was just describing what I was doing, which was doing a little forward cast, or not forward cast, but mainly just a movement that I go forward to load the rod and pick up the line, go back, actually do the back cast, and then I go back forward. And I'm using this hand to give a little acceleration in the line to get things going, all right? And I was keeping the rod butt under my shoulder, so I wasn't even really lifting it above me, all right? So there's that, okay, real easy cast there, all right? But I got shooting head right here. I could probably take it out a little bit more, okay? And that's that transition area where it's orange to white, orange to green, okay? And so I'll go forward, back, and then shoot it out. There you go.
And then one thing to call out here, when I was saying I go forward, that, like I was saying in the video, I'm going forward really to pick up the line as well as start loading the rod, because you got a line. I've got probably 90, 100 foot of line on there that I'm throwing about and trying to just pick it up and get the tension on the rod and loading it. That forward and backward movement just kind of gives me a lot more, I guess, options when it comes to getting the fly where I need to. This is the main rod that I use when I go wade fishing over there up at the tail race up in Denison Dam. I could shoot out line over 100 foot easy and get it out to where the striped bass are. I think that I've got one old video from about 10 years back where I probably caught like 50, 100 of these guys, and all on this baby right here. All right.
Goes. All right. And this is one of the casts I use a lot of times fishing, be it rivers over there at Denison Dam, just all kinds of places where just having a switch rod can make or break your trip at times, because this definitely gives you a little bit more flexibility in offering your fly to whatever's biting. And look at that, I can go ahead and cast it behind me too. All right, let's go ahead and move up a little bit. All right, let's see if we can pop the fly over again, get a view, make sure everything's good. Okay, and you can see that I'm little roll cast, and look how easy it is. You could do a switch cast where you pop it out like that. Okay, you hear, touch the water, let it go. Do an overhead cast just like that. Yeah, if you hurt your shoulder and you just can't lift your fly rod over your elbow over your shoulder, and try this thing, because that's why I took up switch rods. All right, not as long as a Spey rod, and you can fish this one one-handed as well once you get better, once your shoulder's healed. But lo and behold, if you are down for the count and you got that itch to go fishing, I can cast this thing no problem, over the shoulder, under the shoulder, either one works. All right, so I'll show you again real quick. All right, I'll take it up to the shooting head where the orange part of the line is. That tells me it's transitioning to the shooting head. All right, and I'll kind of pop it forward, take up line, and then get it back out again, just like that. All right, simple as that. Okay, and here I'm actually just kind of dragging it in here like this, because I want to try catching something that may be up close. Once I get it about here, I'll pop it forward, back, and then back out again. And there you go. Do that all day and not get tired. Oh yeah, do it all day and not.
Oh yeah, so again, that's one of the key reasons why I like the switch rod. When I hurt my shoulder, I still wanted to go fishing, and doctors not listening to the doctor, I went ahead and said, hey, let me try this switch rod. And I noticed I could cast by just kind of locking that butt of the rod under me and fish it. And additionally, I could actually do two-handed and not have any issue at all. Main thing was my shoulder was hurt, but as long as I kept my elbow below my shoulder height, I was good to go. All right, and you know, a good 6 weeks later, I was back in business again. All right. So that was Pond Fly Fishing, the Denison Dam Limit Buster. I'll probably do a fly time, another demo of it. I did one previously on one of these live streams, but the main thing is I made some adjustments. I found that if you use a little deer hair and craft fur, it gets a little bulkier fly. That when you dip it in water and make it wet, oh, it looks a lot like some of those shad that are right in that dam or that tail race where the striped bass were taking them. All right. Okay, so let's go to this next one. Okay. So what this next one is I have a long commute home, about a 50-mile commute from one end of the city to the other. And sometimes traffic just really gets, well, terrible. And, but I also know a bunch of different places I can stop and get sidetracked and take a break. Bear with me. Take a break and do a little fishing while I wait for the traffic to die down. And one of these is this place over here by, we're over here in Dallas, Fort Worth, over there by Southern Methodist University, the Hillcrest area, Caruth Park. And I learned about that one several years ago because they were stocking it with trout around the February-March time frame each year. And it's a little pond, but surprisingly holds a lot of these little sunfish and bluegill that are just a fun time to catch, especially for ultralight bait casting. And in this case, I'm using a ultralight bait caster that can cast 1 gram trout magnets. It's a little lure that I use for trout, but it does double duty for little bass, bluegill, sunfish, and whatnot. But it can handle 1 gram trout magnets on a bait caster. Okay, and that's what I'm going to be showing you here in a moment. That you too could have fun straight out the box, not having to make any changes to or tweaking a particular combo. Bait finesse style fishing. Okay, so let me go switch it over here. All right, and you can see the reel is it's got this color. It's supposed to be the color combination of a kingfisher, and that's the whole intent of it. Is it's called the Kingfisher model from Flight Feather. They do have a newer one called the Cormorant. It's black or gray, and yeah, it's got some other stuff that this doesn't have. I believe it has it has a real clicker, so you can hear your drag coming out, and additionally has a better or easier to tweak brakes compared to what I have on this one. But I really like this one because I can cast 1 gram trout magnets, 1 gram ultralight lures, bait casting style. All right, and I'm using this Handing Magic L rod. I got it, I think 3-4 years ago when they were on sale. They were going for like $29. I think they're like $59 now. But I went ahead and got two. One is the 4.5 foot, and then I've got a 6 foot up here, right up here, in those racks. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the video. Just give you an idea of some fun to be had with some sunfish and little bluegill using a trout magnet, bait casting style.
Let me bring it in close. Oh, he had it. Multiple hits. Oh, some movement out here. Let's go out there. Oh, here we go. That one hit right away. Look at that. Good stuff, Maynard. Oh, yeah. Well, it's a hump day, too, so great time to be out going fishing. The temperatures are really nice right here. Very comfortable. None of that hot heat stuff here. That time of year where mornings will get a little chilly and then it'll warm up on the day and then it'll start cooling down on you. So you can do things like this and just kind of get out and not have to be stuck indoors. Oh, got an overrun. Let's fix that. All right. Let me tweak it in a little bit more. Okay. All right, let's go back this way. All right, that's better. Okay. Drag it slow, slow and steady. There's a hit. Nope. Had it. There we go. No. Okay. Just bouncing it now on the bottom. See if I get one to pick. There he goes. Oh. Picked it up and he Released. Release. Please release me. Let me go. Come on, buddy. Let's see if I can bounce another one in there. Come on, come on.
And remember, this is a 1 gram trout magnet.
No, no.
Ultralight lure on
Just
a bait
bouncing it
caster.
along. Oh, he had it. That one hit it real quick. All right, let's go this way. All right, let's go across, actually. Right there, right up against the wall. Okay, felt the tap. There's another. Oh, okay, that one got it. He's running. Ooh, he's running to me. Nice. Yeah, great way to end your work day is just get out and do a little fishy. Little fishy. Ooh, this one's in good. Let me see if I can get him. There we go. Ooh, man down. Let's get him in. Let's get you in, buddy. Right there. Okay. All right, let's try over here.
All right,
With
we got a
the Amex
commercial.
Gold
Let it
Card,
run here, and we'll
every
stop it
meal
here.
is a
Or
reward.
switch it.
Earning you
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Let's make an adjustment. Got it hooked up on my phone, and I got this little condenser mic connected USB-C with an OTG cable, and allows me to go a little hands-free. And I've got a phone mount that's magnetic that goes around my neck, and yeah, it allows me to give you this first-person point of view shot of the fishy action. There we go. All right, and you can see how effective the trout magnet is. It works on these guys, but it definitely works on trout also. Hence the name trout magnet. Does that make sense? Trout magnet. Let's try over here. Okay, got it right up against the shore, or I mean the wall. All right, there we go. I got to clear the line though. It's got a little overrun on it, so let me see if I can get it out a little bit and walk it out. Yeah, that's a bad overrun. Well, luckily, I can clear it out by just walking it back like this, and then I'm ready. And then I'll probably tweak it again. All right, there we go. There's a hit. Yeah, there's a hit. They're still hitting it. All right. Let's go and pop it out here again. Okay. I'll try bouncing this one on the bottom. I got one to pick up Ned rig style. So let's see if I can get one to hit it. Okay, just bouncing it on the bottom. No takers that way. Let's go back out that way. Let it bounce again. Okay, there he goes, he picked it up. Nope, had it briefly. Okay. Nope, no takers there. I'm seeing something kicking up some of these bait fish though. Let's go back up here by the covert. All right. Right over here. It's kind of shallow, but oh, there's a hit right away. Bigger sunfish. Quick hit. He wanted it right away. Right in that shallow area.
Okay, so the key takeaway here is, yes, you can cast out the box a 1 gram trout magnet with this bait caster. It's the Kingfisher, the Flight Feather Kingfisher. And I've got a couple with the Handing Magic L rod, ultralight rod. Okay. And that's what I do when the commute kind of gets crappy on the way home. Hey, you might as well stop and go fishing somewhere on the way. And in this case, I keep this one in my back pocket. It's over there at Caruth Park, Hillcrest area. Just up the road, maybe 2-3 blocks from Southern Methodist University here in Dallas, Texas. Okay, let's go and shift over to, let's see, Denison Dam. This is the last trip I took last weekend over there at Denison Dam. That's a tail race to Texoma, Lake Texoma, that borders Texas, Oklahoma. It's the Red River. Comes right through, builds up the lake, and then you've got that tail race over there at Denison, Texas, and then you've got what they call Denison Dam. Okay, one key takeaway that you want to keep in your back pocket is what you're seeing in this view right here off the bow of my kayak. That's the Oklahoma side. Behind me is the Texas side, And the way the rules work is you can have a Texas fishing license, but it's only good from the dam to the spillway creek, which is called Shawnee Creek. You can fish on shore from the dam to Shawnee Creek on the Texas side. However, if you step into the water, that's Oklahoma rules, Oklahoma license. It doesn't apply, or your Texoma license for the lake proper, because you can get a lake Texoma license. That's good to fish anywhere on the lake there. Does not apply to the tail race or the lower part of the river, downriver of Denison Dam. It is, again, you can fish on shore from the dam to Shawnee Creek, Texas side. Else you step in the water, or you go to the Oklahoma side, or you go past Shawnee Creek, you'll need an Oklahoma fishing license. And in my case, it's a non-resident fishing license because I'm a resident of Texas. On top of that, it's a rule in Texas or Oklahoma that I believe it's 1,000 yards, if not more, that you have to tag your stringer when you're fishing for striped bass, and in some for striped bass. And so you cannot share a stringer. You have to have your name, and on your license, it's called a customer number. You have to have your customer number on there. And as a rule of thumb, make sure your name matches your driver's license, because that's what they're going to key off of. All right. And then, make sure you don't share a stringer, because you could get a fine for that. All right. And then it's Oklahoma rules. So lower part, the tail race, it is 5 striped bass or mix of striped bass and striped or hybrids. No size limit, but it's a max of 5. No culling. What's that mean? As soon as you put it on the stringer, it's yours. If you can't take it off and replace it with another and put the other one back in the water, be careful. And bottom line, when the game warden stops you and says he's asking you questions, better go ahead and tell him what you know, what you did, because what they tend to do is they stand off and they're looking in their binoculars and they're already knowing what you've done before they ask you the question. Okay. So a lot of times you'll just kind of see them way in the back. Sometimes you won't see them at all, but bottom line, they're already observing what you're doing before they come up to you. So don't try to weasel out of it. Just tell them what you did. All right. Or even better, just stay within the rules. Simple rules. 5 fish, no culling, you can't share your stringer. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and kick off this video, and let's see what we got here. Let me think. Okay, so for the most part of this video, initially I was showing a third-person point of view because I had the camera behind me, and then this one I put the camera in front so I could show you what I was seeing. Okay, and I'm explaining really what I'm seeing, or what I'm trying to watch for. I'm looking for the telltale is what I call it, of the bass coming up, striped bass in this case, coming up behind the fly and striking. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that real quick here. Let me see if I can get it right. Move it back a little bit.
For that.
Right here. Almost. Bear with me. Okay, here we go. One more. Okay, here we go. Almost. All right, let's go ahead and start it here.
So what I've been doing is pretty much just kind of drifting along, and they're kind of hanging out just off the bow here. So I'm gonna try situating myself to where I can get you a good shot of how I'm casting and that retrieve, because I think a lot of this has been yours truly describing it to you versus you actually seeing, you actually seeing the retrieve. So let's see if I can fix that for you here real quick. Okay, so all I'm doing is just this right here, this fast movement, and the fish will come up behind it and strike, and that's it. Okay, let's see if I can get it in front of us. All right, see if I can get this action shot here maybe. Who knows? Okay, so fast retrieve, look for that hump in the water right there. There's the hump, there's the hump. Ah, he had it. There was the hump, that telltale of a fish on, basically. Watch for it again. Okay, there he goes. Oh, and that's what I was talking about, how they'll be trailing it and you miss them, okay? Try it again here. Let's see if I can get them to hit it. All right, I gotta reposition myself here. Let me reposition myself. There has definitely been beat up today. Let's see if I can give you an idea what to look for in the strike. There's a strike. Okay, it came up right behind it again. He boiled up on me. Let's see if I can get it right in front so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right. Okay, watch for the telltale. There we go. Okay, there's a hump in the water. Okay, he just missed it. So what they're doing is they're coming up behind it and they'll swipe at it. And sometimes they'll commit hard to it and you'll get a good hit, like right there's another hump. Wow. All right. Okay, you'll see that hump in the water, that telltale of him chasing it. And that's what you know you're getting one on. Okay, that one doesn't have any. All right. Let's see if I can get it out that way. All right. All right. Let's see it. Okay, fast movement. No, there we go. There we go. That one's on. That one's on. That one's on. And he might be another cheaper to keeper one. Yeah, he is. All right. All right, well, that's how I do it. I got the fish caught up on my fly line here. Bear with me as I get them loose. There we go. All right, so pretty much just cast it out and do this fast retrieve here. And you're looking for that hump in the water. There's one right now. Just came right behind it. Okay, let's see if I can get you one that's more in front. Okay, so we'll just, right here is fast retrieve. There's a hit. Okay, fast retrieve. Okay, there's a couple of pops at it. Okay, he stopped. Okay, try getting it to you again so you can, there's a hit. No, no. Messed up on that one. User error. Just straight out here and try giving you the indication of a strike or not by looking for that striped bass that's tailing it. Okay. All right, nothing there. Let's cast it back out again. All right. Let's see. For that telltale of a hump in the water. Okay. Let's go out that way. Maybe they're over here to the left. Okay. No, no takers there. Okay. Let's go out here a little bit more to the right. Okay. All right, and what you'll see is just, there's a disturbance in the water. Okay, right there. Okay, oh, he stopped. That one stopped short. Just barely, I think it was one of the littler ones. Okay. All right, let's take this. I see some movement over here to my left too, so they may be coming in a little bit, so that'd be interesting. All right, let me just get some line out, okay? And we're looking for that telltale of Mr. Striped Bass striking the fly. And I'm looking for that hump in the water is what I call it, okay? All right, nothing there, so let's just kind of pop it out a little bit. Okay. And you definitely know you get a hit when you see that big splashy splash. Okay. All right. Let's see it. Let's see it. Come on, guys. Where'd you guys go? All right. Let's cut off to the left a little bit. There's a hit. Oh, there's a hit. Right there, he got on. Double hit, double hit. Nice. All right. Okay. Let's see what we got here. What is this? Mr. Fishy. Mr. Fishy. Oh, yeah. All right. He's pulling the boat. He's another one of those cheaper to keeper ones. He's a little bit smaller than the other two. We'll let this guy go. Let me see if I can lift him up and show you what I got. Yeah, he's got some heft to him though. Tell you what, right there. Tough to show you. It's like this. Watch for that telltale of a hump crossing behind it or coming behind it. Oh, there's a dead one over here in front of me. Okay. And you can see how close, there's one right there. He's chasing it. He's coming right behind it. Come on, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Oh. As a little guy, he came up behind it, hit it a couple times. All right. Let's see if he'll do it again. No. Denied. Oh, let's get a better cast than that. I'm getting it all tangled in here. All right. Let's recast it here in a moment. All right. A little bit further out, okay? All right, watch for that hump in the water. And since I'm low, so low to the water, that's really my own indication that I've got something chasing it. Oops, other than, oh, I got it tangled. Other than seeing that strike on top as well. Man, I got this tangled bad. I'll be back. All right, I see something way out there. Oh, what is that? Oh, I think that was a gar maybe, or a buffalo. Look big. Look big. Tell you what. All right, let's go out that way. Oh, something just splashed to the left. Okay, splash to the left. There's one right there. Okay, I saw him. I saw that telltale hump in the water. And that was the dead giveaway that I had a fish on, okay? All right, let's bring him in. Okay. All right, not so big, but still fun. Maybe we can coax another one to strike.
Alrighty, so that I think that gives you an idea as to what I was doing from the cast perspective and then what I was looking for. Specifically looking for, you could see from the angle that I was, because I'm so low in the water, really the telltale that I'm looking for is as the fly is cutting through the water coming toward me, I'll just see a disturbance behind it. Okay, it could be just a little rise of the water, sometimes some shadows. Most times it's a rise in the water as well as them actually popping at it. It'll be just like 2 or 3 will be just kind of tagging away at it, and you can just see this water disturbance coming up behind your fly. And then when you do polarized glasses and they're high up on the water column, you'll eventually start seeing them and actually take the fly. Okay, that is what I'm trying to describe here. And then you can also sense the retrieve. It's just a pull of that line, keeping that little fly moving through the water. Earlier, they wanted a fast retrieve. Then next thing you know, they wanted this stopping or fast but slow retrieve. In fact, what I was doing was I was pulling on the line, long pull, stop, a pause, and then long pull, stop, and pause. And they were hitting it on the pause. It's almost like here's this bait fish who's trying to fight for his life, and then he just kind of stops. And it's like, I'm just tired. And then they would hit it at that point. Okay, that lasted a good 30, 40 minutes. And then it shifted. It shifted back to this fast retrieve. I mean, you know, why? I don't get it, you know, but it happens. You just got to play with it. All right. Okay. I think that's all for this round. Appreciate you guys joining today. And hey, have a happy TGIF. Until next time, we'll catch y'all later. And good luck and good fishing.